Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, and welcome to NerdTube. And we're going to be doing not one, but two trailer reactions. Disney has very nicely brought out two lovely trailers today. One of them being Andor, based on Cassian Andor, the prequel to Rogue One, and Willow. First of all, as is Star Wars celebration today, as we record this, we're going to start off with Andor. Here's a trailer. Let's react to it. You guys ready? Oh, sorry. Let me introduce you to my guys. First of all, we have cousin Cheeto. How you doing, mate?
You almost pulled a cousin Cheeto on that one there, Zam.
Almost did. Almost did.
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. This honestly is the show that I'm excited for because as you know, as you know, Zam, and if you watch this channel for a while, you know I am not a fan of Jedi's. I'm a fan of the Star Wars universe, but the Jedi part of it, I'm kind of done and over with. I've been done and over with it since the original trilogy. So I'm good. I don't need any more Jedi stuff. I want to see more of the all encompassing universe. So I'm very excited for this show, even though I don't agree with it being Andor, but whatever.
Are you looking forward to some bleakness? Because Andor was a very he wasn't he was a very great character.
That's
So
what I
I
like
mean,
about him.
yeah, so are you looking forward to more bleakness? Because I don't think we're going to get anything nice during the course of this. Yeah, I
As
don't
I
think we're
said,
going to get many wins.
that's why Rogue One is one of my favorite Star Wars movie. Well, is my favorite Star Wars movie because it basically put a light on the not so bright and lovely side of the rebellion. And I mean, they had to make hard choices, and they certainly made them.
Fair enough. Major Rage, our resident Star Trek fan and Dragon Ball Z. How are you on Star Wars, mate?
I've been a fan of Star Wars since I was in elementary school. I absolutely love the films. Used to read all the extended universe novels. I've only seen Rogue One once, uh, so I might be a little rusty on some of the stuff here. But like Cheeto, I'm more of a fan of the overarching kind of universe of Star Wars, and I find Jedi very cool still, but I feel that there's so much more going on there that is ripe for exploration and more than just Tatooine. So it's
I
nice to know
agree.
that something's coming out that isn't going to necessarily be, hopefully, not Tatooine centric. So we'll see what we get here in this trailer.
Okay, so in the immortal words of Cassian Andor, let's punch it.
Would it have been cliche for him to do the Star Wars theme on the anvil? Bum
Yeah,
bum 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 bum. Oh, they're still using the
Drop ships.
yeah, the drop ships from Clone Wars. But we
They're
definitely
so
have
proud
actual
of themselves,
stormtroopers.
so fat and satisfied. They're everywhere. They're watching me now.
Is that Moth Mothma?
yeah.
Soon enough, these days will end.
Oh,
There will be no rules going forward. People
oh, the Senate.
are standing up. That's what a reckoning sounds like.
Oh, not long. Okay, now before we start going into Willow, we need to talk a bit about this. So I'm just going to stop sharing the screen for now. Something Ginger Greek brought up regarding this trailer, and watching this the second time now. I've noticed it for sure, and it's really pissing me off because not once did I see a single fucking alien in that entire trailer. Everything was human, everything, which is ridiculous. I mean, the amount of humans in that trailer was deeply dissatisfying. Don't get me wrong, the trailer still looks good, but this is fucking Star Wars. You need goddamn aliens, and everyone was a human being in that trailer. It's not good. I mean, I can understand the Empire being human because of the space Nazi, space racist of Palpatine, but when it came to the other side, I expected some fucking aliens. It doesn't seem like there is any aliens. It kind of bothers me a little bit, but still interesting trailer. I like the bleakness of it. This is like some of the worst times during the hierarchy of the Empire. Major Rage, what do you think of that trailer?
I enjoyed the trailer. I think they did a good job of the symbolism with the stark white or black aesthetics of any of the Imperial settings, and then the dinginess of just the general settled and the towns, the rebel encampments, if you will. Uh, that dichotomy and contrast, I feel, is good for symbolism. The Empire feels sterile. It feels wrong and off. And if that imagery is consistent within the actual show, I think they'll be able to do a lot to tell their story just by the visuals on screen.
Lack of aliens not bothering you?
I don't want to be a broken record that, but yeah, no, it seems odd to me. And one of the coolest things about the Star Wars universe is the vast, wide array of different alien species and the different makeup and prosthetics and costuming that you have for those. They always made it a very interesting universe, and what probably brought me, it was my first sci-fi I really loved, as a kid, and all the cool alien makeup and prosthetics and stuff was a part of that.
Fair enough.
Cheeto, what you got?
I thought it was good. It didn't give us much. You're right. There were not enough aliens in this, but maybe they're still working on the CGI on those. But one of the things that I do want to bring up is that a lot of the most successful aliens in Star Wars is practical aliens. And I don't know if it's just because it worked so well in the original series that that's what we want from this universe. Because anytime, like in the remasters or in the remakes, or whenever we see the CGI like aliens, we always are put off by it, and I'm the same way. I'm kind of like, oh, that doesn't look that good. We are almost conditioned to like these practical aliens, and I feel like if they're CGIing a lot of aliens in these shows now, I feel like they're missing the trick of Star Wars. Star Wars aliens are supposed to look a little bit cheap and fan filmy, like they're supposed to look
Like Grogu.
yeah, like, and I mean,
Yeah.
Grogu looks good, but in season 2, when Grogu started jumping from rock to rock, even though he should have because he was Jedi training, it felt CGI and it felt wrong. So that's one thing that worries me, is maybe the effects for the aliens are not done yet, but that also brings up the question as, do we want all our aliens CGI? I don't mind touching things up with CGI, but like you kind of have to have the practical base in order to do that. Like in Solo, a Star Wars story, the centipede lady in the beginning just didn't feel right. It didn't feel. It just
Felt like it belonged in Ray Harryhausen. You
yeah,
know what I
like
mean?
it wasn't good.
It wasn't
So
Star Wars.
it wasn't Star
Yeah.
Wars. So I don't know why
More
we're
Sinbad.
conditioned that way, but I'm conditioned that way too. That's what I think. A Tauntaun needs to look almost like
Bad
a stop
animatronic.
motion thing. It doesn't need to look
Yeah.
like. So I don't know what it is. With Star Wars and practical aliens. But anyway, so long story long. Um, uh, but I really am excited for this series. I said before, because I want to see a different side of the rebellion, not just the happy destroy the Death Star side of the rebels. I want to see the nitty gritty portion of the rebellion, where they have to kill people to keep their secrets. or keep their base secret, or I don't want it to be cut and dry. I don't want it to be black and white. Cassian is not a black and white character. He is a gray character, and I want him to portray that in this. So,
Didn't see his robot companion in this.
Was he in there? I don't remember seeing.
No,
him.
I didn't see him. Which is fair enough. He might not come this. It might not even be in this season. I believe they're making like 3 seasons of Andor.
Oh, are they?
But apparently season 1 was supposed to be 12 episodes, but they decided to cut it in half.
Of course they did, so they can stretch it out longer.
And so, first 6 episodes of season 1, next 6 episodes of season 2, then they're doing a 3rd episode. But eventually, this is a prequel, so eventually they're gonna have to get this shit wrapped up, and maybe link it up to when Andor finally meets Felicity. Well, I forgot her surname.
Felicity Jones.
Is it Felicity Jones?
I thought it was.
And it feels like it's Felicity something else. But when she finally meets up, is it Jin? Yeah, but the name of the character is Jin.
Yeah, Jin Urso is the name of the character, but I thought it was Felicity Jones. Yeah, Felicity Jones.
Oh, really? Fair enough. Yeah, Felicity Jones's character. I mean, that will eventually have to happen at some point. And that's how the show ends. It is a bit bizarre making a prequel series on somebody we know whose destiny is already predetermined, but we know what the destiny of Obi-Wan is. He's predetermined, so
and I'm not that excited about that series either. So,
well, I don't mind. I mean, it's filling. This is one fill in the gaps that I'm looking forward to. So, anyways, that was basically our opinions on the Andor trailer. Yeah, bring it on. I mean, I want more Star Wars. I genuinely do. For fuck's sake, put some more fucking aliens in there as well. All right. Anything more to say, Cheeto and Mage?
Mm-mm.
Very good. Well, then let's just jump on to the next one, and that is Willow. Now, before we start watching this, have you guys both seen Willow?
It's been a long time since I've seen the first one.
It's been a while.
Well, the only one.
But I wore that cassette out as a kid. Rented it probably at least once a month from the video store. Wore that one out.
A fantastic soundtrack.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And even though J.R.R. Tolkien wrote Lord of the Rings, this, when it came to live action entertainment, this came out before Lord of the Rings. You will see some similar vibes to Lord of the Rings, but this is very much a chicken and the egg situation. Tolkien wrote the book first, but this was the first film to come out. So however you want to look at it. All right, you guys ready for this trailer?
Mm-hmm.
This is, by the way, a continuation from the movie, so this is not a remake of the series. This is pretty much a sequel, but it's in series form. Let's rock and roll. Can you hear it?
There is a story of a child destined to be an empress.
Aw, the woods.
And the unlikely hero who would protect her.
So good to see Warwick back.
There is a balance between all things.
And I've had that lady in my cab, Joanne Wally.
Light and shadow. Good and evil. When that balance is upset, the universe corrects.
Hey, what's his face from
Flash Thompson.
Flash Thompson, yeah.
The world needs you again. It needs your magic.
Into the unknown. That's where we must go.
This ain't November 30th? Man, that's way
Yeah, man, this is going to be coming. This will run into Christmas for sure. All right, so that was the trailer there. Definitely some airs of nostalgia was running over me when I initially saw that. Good to see Warwick Davis back. I mean, it's just really, really good to see him back. He was Wicket in Return of the Jedi, and he's Willow he's Willow in this, and this is his character. Like certain people have certain actors have something that is about them. This is it for him, in my opinion, without a doubt. And it's so good to see him back. Um, I don't know how I feel about this show though. Uh, I'm not like super excited for it, but I am looking forward to it. I don't know what you guys feel. I'll start with you, Cheetah.
You know what this trailer made me realize? I don't remember shit about Willow.
Right?
I'm like, God. I mean, I
Remember the
remember.
baby? The
Yeah, I
baby,
remember, but
Remember
I
the
just,
baby?
God,
and Joanne Worley Kilmer's character was the daughter of the evil woman who ended up turning against her mother. You know, and then she fell for Harrigan, who was Jack Val Kilmer's character, and he was initially in that little cagey thing and kept calling Warwick, that kept calling Willow Peck. Hey Peck, Peck. You know, that was a derogative word for little people. You know, don't you remember any of that?
a little bit, but yeah, I told you it's been a long time since I watched it. I was probably a wee lad when I watched it
And they
last.
had like the Joanne Wally's mum was like the evil woman, but they had a good version as well, and she could transform herself into a tiger and shit. Like, don't you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, it's a great film, man. Fantastic soundtrack, and like they were tasked with taking that baby to where it belongs, and they had like a couple. There was like a whole bunch of little people. One of them was like a loudmouth leader who would like to tell people what to do, but eventually had to do it himself because he was ordered by some spirit guide of their group to do it, and they took a couple of warriors with them as well. You remember? Oh man, sorry for yeah, bring on. But Cheeto, anyway, go on. I'm
no, I
sorry
mean,
for interrupting you.
from what I remember and what I see here, I mean, it looks really good. It looks like they're putting a lot of love and care into it. Um, and that's a good thing about this Disney Plus is that they can. I mean, I know they're just milking the franchises and milking our nostalgia. I understand that. I'm going into. I mean, that's what Paramount's doing with Star Trek, right? Like I mean, they're milking us, but at the same time, I feel like the people behind a lot of these things on Disney Plus and on Paramount Plus, they're actually putting like more TLC into this stuff than some people did back in the day of syndication because it was just they were just supposed to pump out episodes every week and it didn't matter whatever. So I really feel like we are entering a different age of like television where it's not eh, they need to take everything with tender loving care because everything is so accessible to us that we just I mean if they make one wrong move the people I mean look at the Sonic movie. Remember when that first came out and that how that changed? That changed the landscape. I know it's a movie versus but I'm just saying like everything is so available. Ash that guy. Remember when uh maybe not Mandalorian season 1, but like when these things first come out and they get the backlash, like they now know we have to hit the home run first episode. So that's kind of why it's like I really feel like we are entering a different age where they're hiring more people that love these things and love these characters and they go back to the source material, not source material, but like the source producers who poured all their love into these products back in the day. So I really I and I know I just went on a huge tangent, but at the same time it's very apparent with a lot of things coming out in the next couple years.
Well, remember One Division? Not many people liked the first episode.
Mhm.
Apart from that guy choking on his chicken or whatever, there was no indication of what the hell was going on in that first episode.
I don't know. I saw
So,
Mephisto in the first episode in that chicken, so I don't know.
before I pass it on to Mage, and maybe Mage can answer this as well, but remember the baby he was tasked to look after? It was a young girl, I believe. It was a baby girl. So at this particular time, that baby would be an adult now. So I was thinking, was that blonde girl the baby who was in from the movie? Because that I do believe we're going to come across that child now as an adult. Don't you think?
Probably. I mean that
Yeah,
would make sense.
for sure. Mage, what do you think?
I feel they did a good job of like hitting all those key locations that remind us of the original of the film. The forest is just so iconic to me. Between the forests of Willow and then the forests on Endor and Return of the Jedi, just those seem, the woods, bring illicit memories in me of, settings from things like that. Just the cliffs, I remember those, were, yeah, as an impressionable young person, I thought those looked so cool. And, you've got the staff. I feel like they did a really good job of hitting all that kind of nostalgia that made the neurons fire in my brain. And it's been probably a decade or more since I watched Willow, and I think I was sick as a dog the last time I watched it. I just put it on because I couldn't pay attention to anything. I just wanted something on in the background, but it made those neurons fire and made me go, "Oh yeah, Willow." And so I think it did a good job as a teaser.
Yeah, it definitely was a teaser. Like I said, coming out November the 30th. If it is a series, it'll definitely go through Christmas, for sure. What do you think of my theory about one of those characters being the baby girl who's now grown up?
Highly likely.
Yeah, I would.
Probably one of the like 5 or 6 person adventuring party that was shown in the next of like one of the
But
final
that,
shot to talk over you, Cheeto.
but that baby girl was like the Jesus of that movie, if you know what I mean. She had like special powers and stuff. I remember some sort of spiritual godmother was telling Willow how the baby liked her. I'm not sure if you remember that, which is and all of that. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if that baby has magical powers now. It's an adult and stuff like that. And we have no idea what the story's about either. I don't think they're gonna be following a similar trope to the movie where he has to deliver another baby or anything like that. So
I hope they wouldn't
regardless,
retread that water though.
no, I don't think so either. But it was so good seeing Warwick Davis back. It really is. I mean, um, he's pretty much been a part of Lucasfilm in various capacities. We saw him in Solo as well as obviously him playing Wicket in Return of the Jedi. And I'm sure he's been in other Lucasfilm stuff as well, maybe Indiana Jones related. I don't know, but nevertheless, good to see him having this series back. It's always good to see like certain people who were really popular at a particular time, then they just go dormant for years, and then they come back again. Mark Hamill being a prime example. And so same with Warwick Davis as well. I cannot wait for this. I really cannot. Actually, now come to think of it, I was on the fence earlier. Now, yeah, bring it on, bring it on. And it's nice to go in a different genre as well. I like these sort of fantasy, sword, sorcery, medieval, magical shit. I love all that bollocks. I mean, Conan the Barbarian being the best one of the lot, in my opinion, as well as the Lord of the Rings trilogy. He's been very good as well. All right, sorry for me yabbering on. I do apologize. So those are our 2 trailers that we've reacted to. Let us know what you think. Anything more to add, fellas?
Nope.
I think we covered everything. I think we said some good stuff here.
Fantastic. And I just want to end up by saying that don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you never heard of. Take care. Bye-bye.